Guys, it is that Panda guy, and I'm here again with another video. And today I wanted to talk a bit about farms, why you might make them, what to do in a farm account, what you should focus on. And I know this video might be a little lackluster, but I will just try to say all the stuff that I can think of, and hopefully this does help somebody, because I mean, all these videos are meant to help people. So yeah, you guys have a good day, and let's hop into this. So first off, I think a lot of it is self-explanatory why you might want to farm, but this is especially so for people who might spend minimally or just no money at all. At some point in the game, it does become super expensive on resources, being it upgrading your headquarters, upgrading research, just in general, it make your life so much easier. And have you have all this leftover resources for maybe war or something, just it makes a big difference if you're able to have these extra resources, saves you a lot of time, and puts you just that much more ahead of the game. Also, like, saves you from using resources in your bags, because to rush a lot of these researches or anything, you're gonna have to be popping a lot of resources early game because you're trying to push as fast as possible. This will just save you a lot of time. So first off, I will talk about headquarters level. I think hitting headquarters level 20 at the very minimal is a big must. I know it might cost a good chunk of resources and time, but if you're able to invest time into your farm accounts, into getting at least, to the very least, headquarters 20, that is very good. Just having that extra march all the way up to level 5, 5 marches is massive. I think that's gonna make or break, just big difference. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Next, I'll just talk about tech, because I think a lot of it is pretty simple. I think that you should focus on your economic tech. I think military tech is it depends on what you're going to be using your account for. If you're going to be using it for fighting at all, if you're going to be using it to fill rallies. I think at the very minimal, you should stop maybe tier 3, tier 4 tech, and then just start trying to max out as much as economic tech as possible. But I do think in general, you should make sure that if you are building this to be a farm, you should start off on your economic tech going hard. I think production, to me personally, I find that production, be it food, just resource production around your base, does make a difference. I think some people might disagree with me, and that's fair, and I'll tell you guys in a second why. But do make sure that you're focusing a lot on your gathering speed, on steel trucks, steel gathering speed, all of that. Just that gathering speed will make a big difference at how much time it takes. You might save you 30 minutes, might save you an hour, might save you hours throughout the day if you're going to be farming pretty regularly on those accounts. Next, I will talk a bit about just farm buildings around your bases. I think I've seen I feel like people might have mixed feelings about this, but I think that these, although they take a decent amount of resources to upgrade, they do make a significant difference in the long run. I'm pretty sure I've gotten at least a few billion from these farms around my bases, be it maybe 2-3 billion. I'm not really sure. I'm sure it might even be more than that, but I definitely get millions every day just off these, right? And I think these definitely make a difference in the long run. So if you are able to get these up to at least like level 20 or even more, if you're upgrading your headquarters past level 20, that will be, I personally feel that that will make a big difference. And that's why I think, I have mixed feelings about actually going into this technology, but I do think that you should focus on actually doing your gathering technology first, because that is going to be definitely bringing in probably the main source of resources, as long as you're constantly checking in on these farm accounts and building on them. I know. I think trying to build these early game are very important, because it gets you that much more ahead of people, and building these farm accounts will take a while, especially if you're building it from scratch and you're trying to get it to a certain level. If you're trying to aim so and so high, it is going to take a decent amount of resources invested into it, so you are going to have to be spending a bit of time on them. But after that point, you can just use them and farm with them. It's pretty simple. And also do want to say, when talking about migrating your farm, because let's say you're in region 50, for example, whenever you make a new account, it's going to be starting in the latest region. So you might start that account in region 165, 166, whatever it might be right now. But I want to say that after you are done with your tutorial, after you're done with upgrading your base to a certain level, I do want to say that the second you're able to leave outside of your base, you will have a newcomer immigration order, as long as your headquarters is below HQ 8, meaning that you have to be headquarters 7 and below, as well as your account being within 10 days old. Make sure that when you make those new farm accounts, that you are not instantly going over headquarters 8 and then you're stuck in that region, because you have a newcomer teleport thing that you'll be able to use. And basically, to migrate, all you have to do is scroll out in the map, boom, you hit this globe, and then you basically hit the region that you want to go to. Of course, the region has to be, I mean, if it's a farm account and it still has the newcomer teleport thing, it can go to any region actually, even if it's below the 90-day mark and all that. So do note that and make sure that you are being mindful of that when you're making a new account and you're not just powering it up before you actually migrate it into your region. So yeah, I do hope this video was somewhat helpful though, and I hope you guys are able to take a bit of my advice and just it helps. Actually, wait, I almost forgot something, guys. I'm so sorry. Heroes. I do want to make a note real quick that when you're going through your heroes, let me give you guys a quick example. I know that I did this in another video, but look at Maxine real quick. It takes 1.9 mil XP to upgrade her to level 47. When you go down to these other heroes, and I mean, this one's, I guess, already 48, but let's say I go to this hero, right? For the sake of the video, I'm tempted to upgrade it 2 times. You know what, I'll do it just for you guys because I love you guys. But basically, you guys see here, this is half the XP that it costs for Maxine, right? He is the same level as Maxine, and this is also a farm hero. I wanted to note this real quick so people know that when you're on a farm account, I do recommend trying to focus all of your farm heroes at the lowest tier first and then slowly progressively going up. I think you should ignore any of your PvP heroes unless you're using that account to fight with you at all, then it's not really worth it. And I do want to recommend that you get all your farm heroes to level 44 if possible, because then once you get those to level 44, you're able to fully max out your gather tree, and that's really going to have significant impacts on just how efficient you're farming, how much you're getting from your farms, you know, just the gains that you're getting. So in general, do note that, and I mean, I think that's mostly it, you know. You guys have a good day though, and it was a pleasure in this video, and I thank you guys for watching as always though, and that was it. Peace out.